Bonjour, Kanamagi and Ireland Indigenicas, coming live from outer space on this autumnal equinox with our week 6 learning plan and overview. As always, we'll begin with this on the stream page. And while it has not yet been updated going into the weekend, as there's still a few documents I'm looking to finalize, you can always see that you can find newsletters, and your newest newsletter will be attached to this email and available on a paper copy with your students a little bit later today. We also have previous weeks at a glance, so you can kind of see an idea of what we're doing in these videos. But if you're watching it, you already know. And a continuation with September's breakfast. Our week 6 learning plan will be published here in just a few hours. I'm just waiting on a scheduling tidbit. So we look forward to seeing that sooner than later. Looking at our newsletter today, just a reminder, homework is a regular part of our experience this year. The first 3 quarters, they will have a specific homework assignment every Tuesday and every Thursday. That is expected to be brought in the next morning. These are very short assignments meant to teach responsibility more than frustration at the dinner table. It's an opportunity to do a little extra practice, 5, no more than 10 minutes tops, and then go about their day. I also do want to remind students and parents that students that do not finish something during the class day, that becomes homework, as does any unfinished classwork. And I still encourage students to read each night for 20 minutes from a book of their choice or a story of their choice. Next week, we have a couple of cultural events coming up. The first is Orange Shirt Day, which is on the 30th. So Friday, we'll be visiting MIBS, or the Michigan Indian Industrial Boarding School. It's located here in Mount Pleasant, just off of Pickard and Crawford. We will be taking some time to acknowledge the resilience of our ancestors and our community at large as we work to heal from those previous experiences and traumas. Students will be provided orange shirts, and they're encouraged to wear orange on that day. Separately, students will be participating in activities related to making black ash baskets next week. As of the recording of this video, I do not have the day and time. We're waiting on confirmation. It is possible that I could have this updated prior to dismissal and have it in the newsletter. Otherwise, I will let your students know. It's nothing that students will have to prepare for. We just go during the day. Due to factors beyond my control, we did not participate in NWEA testing this week. We are now planning to do it Tuesday and Wednesday mornings of next week. Students are always encouraged to have a healthy breakfast and a good night's sleep, and it's extra important during testing. Looking at what we're learning this week, we're completing today a chapter on multiplication, and we will be looking at division in our next chapter. Part of that is finding the relationship between multiplication and division. Some students we're still working with 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. It's still not a bad idea for students to get a hold of some flashcards where they can practice at home. My advice always is the dollar store. A dollar store pack of flashcards is exactly the same as a $5 pack of flashcards somewhere else. Language arts, we're looking at elements of the story, and we're really focusing on folk tales in this chapter and those kind of writings. Writing, we're also working with personal narratives. We want to become good storytellers while meeting all of the requirements of being able to put it on paper. Social studies, we're looking at cultural regions, and that'll include the woodlands and the Anishinaabe. Science, we're working on the web of life, which focuses on the exchange of energy from the sun to plants to the animals in an ecosystem. Another reminder, students should have their electronics off and in their locker. They are welcome to leave it within my classroom. Anybody who I catch using their electronic device during the day, it will be taken to the office for parent pickup. Also note that we do have some new words in our language corner. Zhongsui for 9, Madasaway for 10, Bozawande for orange, Jabwe for he or she achieved something, and Papakamak for a black ash tree. I apologize on any pronunciations. I'm also a language learner right along with our students. So sometimes it doesn't come quite like I like it. It's very important also to note there is no school tomorrow, September 23rd, for Anishinaabe Gijigad. Let's look at our learning plan for next week. And you can see where the NWEA shows up here, an orange shirt day. Some of the things were covered has been mentioned previously in the video, but it's always a good idea to be able to use this if you want to see what your students did that day, minus the responsibility homework that comes home on Tuesday and Thursday. Some things are computer-based and like under web, students can work on those from home. They're entirely encouraged to use some of their time. And they may get in the way of some of their other video games, and that's okay. Some of the things under tech, like typing.com, nitrotype, code.org, those are class favorites that they definitely could be using as well. Again, math review and enrichment is to review and perfect some skills. And then we also will look ahead at some things and set the groundwork for what they'll be learning later in the year. You'll notice I have a place value quiz. Students that earned a 2 on our first chapter test. And our scale, of course, is 1 to 4, with 4 being, they could teach the material, 3 being a grade level, 2 means something that we're working on. If the student has skill or that they scored a 2 on, this is an opportunity to get that 3 right there. And of course, you can see that our daily schedule there. I hope everyone enjoys their Anishinaabe Gijigad and the long weekend. I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. If you have any questions throughout the weekend, please feel free to send me an email at miroland@sitechipschool.net or miroland@sitechip.org. Have a minute Gijigad, Minwa, Pamapi.